I wanted to give quietly. I did not want people to know. I wanted it to be a gift, besetten. This is Rabbi, my funeral was not alone. Avram Avinu was there, Yitzchak Avinu, Yaakov Avinu, Eliyahu Hanavi held a candle while I walked into Gan Eden. King David played the sweetest melody as I was walking into the gates of heaven. And I'll tell you, Rabbi, I would have given up everything in the next world, everything in heaven, for just one more Thursday night, one more Friday morning. One more Friday morning to put those envelopes underneath people's doorsteps, L'chaved Shabbos. I'd give up everything here in a second. And that is the story of Yosele. But that's only the beginning of the story. Several years back, Rav Shlomo Carlebachs was asked to go to an interfaith meeting of all the different religions of the world met together and sat and discussed different things. And each night, each religion got to represent and talk about their religion. Judaism, being the oldest, had the honor of being the first to represent. Everybody comes in and introduces himself. Rav Shlomo goes over to the sky, he comes and he says, "Good evening, my name is Shlomo." And he says, "Good evening, my name is Joe." Joe is an archbishop. The first night, Rav Shlomo gets up, has a ton to say, different Torahs about what we can talk about, beautiful songs. And everything disappears from his mind. Nothing comes. So he stands there and goes, Yosele from Krakow. Yosele from Krakow. Yosele from Krakow. Yosele from Krakow. You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. Rav Shlomo stands there and he tells the story of Yosele. And there's not a dry eye in the room. Everyone's crying. It touches you on such a level, this story. But something is different about the tears from Joe. After he was done, Joe came over to him and said, "I know this is a bit strange because you just said the story, but I need to hear it again." Shlomo tells it to him again. And again he cries. The next day, it's the Christians' time to host. And they had a problem in the kitchen, and they asked. The Archbishop sends his assistant. He says, the Archbishop would like you to speak again, and he would like you to tell the same story again. So Shlomo gets up and tells the story again. It's a powerful story. It doesn't matter how many times you hear it. That night, Joe comes over to him and says, this is the last time I'm going to ask. Please tell me the story one more time, and then I'll explain to you. Rav Shlomo tells him the story, and Joe can't hold back the tears and just lets it all out. Tells Rav Shlomo that eyes filled with tears. Says, Shlomo, I'm sorry I lied to you. My name's not Joe. My name is Yosele from Krakow. Yosele from Krakow. Looks at him. Joe tells him, he says, a few days ago, my mother calls me in. She says, Joe, I'm sorry I lied to you. I'm sorry I lied to you. Your name isn't Joe. Your name is Yosele from Krakow. Your name is Yosele. You are Jewish. And I did not know what to do. I did not know what to say. My mother started telling me everything. She said, Father rescued me after the Holocaust. Things were really bad for the Jews. After the Holocaust, her father rescued me. He was a soldier. And he said, I'm rescuing you on one condition. On the condition that you never tell our kids that they're Jewish. You don't raise them Jewish. Catholic, you'll raise them Catholic. Do that, I'll take you with me. I love your father, and he was saving me. I said, okay. And you were born, we named you Joe, but I also named you Yosele. Yosele after my great-grandfather, Yosele, the holy miser, Yosele from Krakow. That night I cried the whole night. I didn't know what to do. On one hand, I just found out who I am. I just found out I'm Yosele. On the other hand, I'm Joe. On the other hand, I've dedicated my whole life to the church. I've dedicated my whole life to this belief. I'm supposed to go and advance my career now. I have a huge opportunity. Suddenly my mother tells me I'm Yosele. She said, I can't think about it now. I have too much to think about. I can't think about it now. I said, there's this conference, meeting of all these different nations. I talked to God last night and I told him, I said, give me a sign. If you give me a sign to be Joe, I'll be Joe. If you give me a sign to be Yosela, I'll be Yosela. I get off the taxi. I come to the hall. I meet you. You stand there, the head of the table. The first thing I hear is Yosele from Krakow. Yosele, the holy miser. And I thought I was imagining it. Didn't make sense to me. My mother passed away a few days ago. I swear to you, I saw her standing right next to you this whole time. So this is not a coincidence. But again, it's a huge life decision to get up and leave. I said, I can't. Then we had a problem in the kitchen. I said, I just need to hear this story again. And every time I heard it, it reinstated over and over and over again. I'm Yosela from Krakow. Joe pulls out, Yosela pulls out from his pocket a ticket. And he shows it to Shlomo and he says, this is the ticket out of here. I'm escaping. There'll be a lot of people that will be looking for me and looking for answers of why I disappeared. Can't deal with that now. I need to find out who I am. But if I'm ever so lucky to get married one day, the night before my wedding, I'll sit by the western wall, by the kotel, and I'll write a letter. This is my promise to you. Rav Shlomo waited for this letter for years and years and years. One day he opens the mail, gets a letter, and this is what it says. Shlomo. Tomorrow I'm getting married. I'm sitting in the holy city of Yerushalayim. If you bumped into me in the street now, you wouldn't recognize me. I no longer have a big cross. I no longer shave my head. I have a beard like my grandfather, and peot like my grandfather did. I have a big kippah like my grandfather. I have tzitzit like my grandfather did. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to marry a woman who I can only imagine is as holy as my grandmother was. The power of a story to wake up your neshama from anywhere. So many people, after the Holocaust, so many Jews disappeared in the churches. So many stories brought them back. Their stories brought them back to Yiddishkeit. I was fortunate enough to be at a bar mitzvah of a bishop, a Holocaust survivor who was saved by the church and raised as a Christian, and found out he was Jewish when he was in his late 70s. And he found out that he was Jewish through stories. A story from here, a story from there, and it brought his neshama back. At age 70-something, he found out that he's Jewish. He doesn't know what to do with himself. And at 90, he did a bar mitzvah in Israel. He said it was a long journey, but I'm back. Not giving up on my tradition, on my family, on our history. What a blessing. Wherever we go, doesn't matter where we are, God is always with us. Rabbi Nachman from Breslov says, even in the deepest, darkest place, I find you. David HaMelech, King David says in Tehillim, Gam ki elech begeitz ha'mavet lo yirara ki ata imadi. Even if I'm walking on the edge of despair, I've nothing to fear because you're with me. Gam ki elech begeitz ha'mavet lo yirara. Gam ki elech begeitz ha'mavet lo yirara. Two songs of blessings. One song of blessing and then Nigun. This is bless us all with your grace. One of the things that Rav Shlomo used to love singing was tunes without words. He says there's something very powerful in a tune without any words to it. I